Technical
Do do
difficulties are
do.
resolved.
All right, hey, here we go. We're live now. So,
All right.
hi internet. Welcome to episode
Hey,
9.
Internet. How's it
Welcome to
going?
episode 9 of Once Upon a Game, the storytelling variety show, where we like to take games and submit them to the psychic maelstrom and watch them explode. So I'm your host, Eric. If you don't know me, um, so hi. And with me, I brought two friends, and we're going to be playing a game called Lovecraftesque. But before we get into that, let's introduce each other. So, starting with my left, which would be Robert. Oh,
Hi,
I have people things mixed up. But
I'm Raz. No,
Oh,
um,
you're not
I'm
Rose.
I'm Robert Demosthenes on the internet. Play a lot of games with Eric, and yeah, play a lot of meat space games mostly. But I've been trying to play more games online.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Is it me now?
yeah.
Okay. I am Raz, and also that's all you need to know. Yep.
And what do you do, Raz?
I don't know. I work, sell burger patties.
Awesome. Okay. It's cool. No, that's totally fine because what we're doing tonight is super cool because it doesn't matter what you do. It just matters that you're a person with a brain because we're doing things called story games. And story games just take people and their ideas and we make something together and it typically explodes at the end. That's just kind of how story games work, and it's a lot of fun. The games that we like to play are games that are GMless, meaning that there's nobody here who has more investment than anyone else. We're all just cool people. I might be the facilitator of a game, which means I know the rules and I would be explaining it, but that doesn't mean that I'm the arbiter or an adjudicator of any rules decisions. I
You were the
just
arbiter.
Yeah, I'm just the person who read the rules. That's no big deal, and I'm also the person hosting the channel. But that's it. It's not like a power thing. The second thing is that these are all prepless games, and the fact that it's a prepless game means that I don't have any investment in any sort of story that I came up beforehand. Just how Robert or Raz themselves don't have any kind of story beforehand coming to the table. We are just going to make something up in the next 3 hours, and we're going to just see what happens. So the game that we are playing tonight for episode 9 is a game called Lovecraftesque. Lovecraftesque is a game put on by BlackArmada Games. It's currently just finished its Kickstarter, as in like 2 weeks ago finished its Kickstarter. So we're playing with the demo rules that I got as a backer. I played this game one time so far. I played it last week with one other player, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm super excited to play this game with two people, and a couple of the additional rules to the game to see what happens. So how about we start with the teaching guide for this game, because the cool thing about this game is that it comes with a teaching guide. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to go ahead and start reading from the teaching guide, and we're going to take turns as players so we kind of get where we're going with this. So this guide is intended as an accessible summary of the rules. Since we're new, and this group may or not, maybe I don't need a refresher, but I kind of do. We will read each of these following sections of this teaching guide aloud, and we're going to be doing it at the relevant parts of the game. What are you doing, Raz?
Nothing.
These rules that I'm going to be describing aren't an end-all be-all procedure, but ultimately we're just going to be having a chance to read them out and ask questions and that kind of stuff. And from then on out, we're just going to be actually playing the game. So we're going to be using this teaching guide to help us learn the game. We're going to read it out section by section as we play, so we don't have to read all the rules in one go, which is super important in most games. And if you got any questions, Robert or Raz, just kind of, I guess, defer to me, I guess. What's up? Are you
Nothing.
just raising your hand? Okay.
I have to
It's
go
just-
number 2.
God. All right. So the point of the game is that we're going to be coming up with scenes, and if you have any questions about scenes, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out later when we get to that. So the next part is Robert.
All right. So this is a storytelling game to recreate the slow-building cosmic horror of H.P. Lovecraft. We're going to take turns to reveal strange clues one scene at a time. We won't discuss where the story is going, but after each scene, we'll privately leap to conclusions about what the clues mean, and then use those speculations to steer our contributions to the story. In the end, one of us will weave it all together into a terrifying finale.
Okay.
Each scene will turns to play each scene will take turns to play the witness, the narrator, and the watchers. The witness is the main character who gradually uncovers the terrible, inhuman secrets. They may struggle to overcome that secret, but are doomed to fail, and perhaps meet their terrible end. The narrator reveals strange clues, describes the places the events the witness is caught up in, and plays walk-on parts. The watcher helps the narrator by adding layers of atmosphere and horrifying details, by revealing extra clues, and by playing secondary characters if required by the narrator, or whatever.
Great. So before we start, we all have to have a clear picture of the kind of story we want to tell. Lovecraftian horror stories are about a vast, uncaring universe full of lurking monsters, alien civilizations, and terrifying gods that make human concerns seem meaningless. They don't include ghosts, werewolves, or any monsters you see in classic Gothic horror, folktales, or Hollywood.
Lovecraft describes alien monsters like those found in modern science fiction and presents them as the denizens of an arcane horror story. The stars in space are vast and terrifying, not wondrous or inspiring. Lovecraft supports this with the ancient tomes full of blasphemous secrets and sorcerers casting sinister rituals to summon abominations from beyond. All of this is supported by a tone reminiscent of Gothic horror. Elaborate arcane language forbidding and unfriendly locations, people hideous on the inside and out who serve these alien masters, and layer upon layer of relentless detail to heighten the tense atmosphere.
Okay, so I guess then it goes to the facilitator. Sorry, Raz.
Oh,
So the facilitator reads this out. We start by agreeing who our witness will be and the setting for our story. We'll go through the stuff. We have to agree one thing at a time, and everyone should be throwing in suggestions and just kind of discussing it until we're kind of happy. And if we get stuck, there's an extra PDF with inspiration stuff that we can look for ideas. So, guys, what are you thinking about for a setting? So this is the game, while it's about Lovecraft, it doesn't have to happen in the 1920s. I'm totally cool with playing the game in the 1920s, but if we want to do something in the past, the future, present day, totally for whatever you guys are feeling. So what are we thinking? Any particular vibes? Because I have a couple ideas.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and like I love the idea of like a derelict, the space, but like a derelict space.
Sci-fi?
Yeah, sci-fi.
Yeah, sci-fi
Yeah.
was one of mine that I was feeling today.
Yeah, like Dead Space or
Yeah, totally.
like Aliens, that
Or
kind
like event. I was thinking like something like Event Horizon-esque.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was thinking, like Old West Ghost Town.
Ooh, Spooky
Ooh.
Wild West?
I like
I didn't
Spooky
even think
Wild-
of Spooky Wild West.
I know
My
that
other one
for-
I was thinking of was kind of like basically anything in the 1500s or 1600s. So that could be either like pirates or it could be like Three Musketeers.
Have y'all read East of West?
No, but I see that in the comic book store, like
Yeah.
all the
So
time.
so it is both like I mean not really it is sci-fi, but like it is sci-fi western
Okay.
and like
Oh yeah, I saw. I think I saw the first issue of that actually.
yeah.
Is it about a daughter or a wife or I should say a female who becomes a sheriff of a town, right?
No, it's actually about death fighting against the other horsemen of the apocalypse.
Okay, never mind. That's a different story I'm reading about. But
Yeah.
holy fuck, that sounds awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you want to do weird? I kind of want to do Wild West.
Yeah, I do too.
Sounds fun.
All right, cool. Wild West it is. So, an important part of this game as well is that while it's called Lovecraftesque, it doesn't have to use the Lovecraft mythos. It's actually kind of better if we all don't use the mythos and we come up with our own random freaky spooky shit, just in the similar style of Lovecraft, where
Yeah, invoking the tone.
exactly. The tone and pacing of the story is what the game really espouses to capture, and less the mythos and other unsavory parts of Lovecraft's works. So, that being said, so I'm going to update the setting here. We're going to do Wild West America. Do we want to do a town, or should we kind of should we maybe figure out the witness first and then go from there?
Maybe. I think kind of the theme we're going for, like kind of an old western and kind of a ghost town probably feel. And then we can just do a main character from there.
Yeah.
And then, we can get the main location after that.
All right. Well, I'll say so should it be like a mining town? Or like, you know what I mean? Like a gold rush town?
Yeah, it could. I mean, it reminds me of
Could it be a gold rush town after the gold rush?
Yeah. Okay. Pulse Gold Rush. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, who is our witness?
Yeah. Well,
So,
Winchester.
Yeah. So we come up with a name and the role of the witness. The role being kind of like the profession or what they kind of are.
I think it should be someone like unassuming.
I like that. By the way, are we? I mean, I think we haven't said it yet, but as far as tone goes, we want to do investigative horror, where like the person kind of searches for this thing and gets totally fucked up by whatever revelation they find. Okay.
Why don't we say they're part of like a new founding, like rather than it could be like an old gold rush town where most of the people have left already, where but the town's still there because there is infrastructure. And maybe the main character could be like a new deputy to the sheriff.
Oh, okay. So like
a reason to investigate.
Okay. Yeah, I feel that. So what's this deputy's name? I immediately wanted to say Chucky Finster. From Rugrats.
I like the first name of Wyatt, honestly.
Yeah.
Wyatt?
Yeah, Wyatt.
Furlong, Wyatt,
Wyatt Cassidy? Maybe?
Like Butch Cassidy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wyatt,
Okay. And we'll say like he's
Wyatt Smith.
probably. I'm thinking like maybe he's not even 18.
Wyatt Jones.
May lied about his age to join with the. Well, no.
What about?
Need to look at least look a little bit tough.
We're still coming up with the last name.
What about Earl Wyatt?
Yeah. Actually,
Earl Wyatt.
Earl Wyatt sounds dope as hell.
Earl, get your ass on out here.
Son, I'll tell you what.
Son, what?
So Earl Wyatt, he is a deputy.
That boy, all right.
So sheriff's deputy. Cool. The next part is we're going to come up with our locations.
And then I think the town should be named Gabs, which is actually an old mining town in Nevada, where my uncle lives.
What's the name of the town?
Gabs.
How do you spell
it doesn't
it?
have to be. GABBS.
Oh, Gabs. Okay. Gabs. But I like New Mexico or Utah.
We can do like New Mexico, Utah, wherever.
Utah.
Utah's kind of.
So we're gonna do like a creepy what's it called? Dogs in the Vineyard, I guess.
Yeah.
So Gabs, Utah. It is a struggling mining town. Why'd you go all the way up there, words? Okay. Now the next thing we got to do is come up with our locations.
Okay.
Cultists, really. Location.
So we have to come up with a main location, and then 4 alternate locations.
Is it like a specific place? Because we're saying the town is Gabs.
Yeah.
Is that one of the locations? Or is that
it can, but if there's
the main
a
location?
specific place in the town that you would prefer to use, we could totally do that.
Our town is so small, it doesn't really matter that much.
I would almost like to have like the main location be like the sheriff's office.
Okay. Does that include the jail? Does the the sheriff's office have the jail in it?
Yeah.
It'd be.
Yeah. I mean, most of those towns, I feel like, have that stuff in there, right?
Yeah.
So, yep. Salt Lake City is actually Cthulhu. Yep, that sounds about right. So,
all right. Yeah.
Okay. So the main location is the sheriff's office, and let's come up with a couple other places for scenes to take place in. Now, these are not places that have to actually happen in town. They can happen outside of the town and everything like that. So
let's say the mines, old abandoned mines. Abandoned.
Okay. I like the old abandoned mines. I think I'm gonna come up with oh yeah, obviously. Apache Cemetery.
Mm-hmm. Apache Cemetery?
Yeah. Or burial ground, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Indian burial ground. You can see this town is built on the Indian burial ground.
We need 2 more.
I could say the Wyatt family ranch.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Robert, pick one.
I'm sorry, I'm looking because the Apache wouldn't be in Utah.
Oh, they wouldn't be?
No.
I
was just looking.
Would it be Choctaw? Choctaw sound good?
Let me look.
I would love to make this historically accurate. Apache was the first thing they came up with. I think the Shoshone are too far north, and those are basically the only 2. And I know Choctaw is a group.
Utah is next to Nevada, right? I don't know where Utah is. It'd be either. Well, I don't know how to pronounce them at all. It would be that.
Just pick one.
Yeah.
No, it's the Shoshone. We're doing the Shoshone.
Okay.
Right,
yeah. Yeah.
Cool. It's the Paiute, Gashoti, Shoshone, and Navajo. Oh, Navajo is the other one I was thinking of. Shit. I could have done that one. I want to change it to Navajo. I like Navajo better. Rolls off the tongue. So we have the sheriff's office, we have the old abandoned mines, we have the Navajo burial grounds, and we have the Wyatt family ranch. Awesome.
One more. Or we have all.
No, we need one more.
One more. Let me think.
Maybe something in town.
Yeah. I
Doesn't
think.
have to be.
I think we can. Probably. You know what? Let's do the church.
Yep. Awesome. Town church.
Church.
All right. So,
Is it gonna be a Mormon church?
holy shit! Hold on. What did this? That's a good
What's up?
question. Do we just font went crazy in Roll20? All right. So, those are our locations. Yeah, what kind of church do we want to do? Does it matter? Just Christian. I would just say Christian
I mean,
in terms of motifs.
yeah, Mormon didn't really come up about. Well, you didn't be like for a
We can
while.
establish what it is in fictionally if we want
Yeah.
to.
Or fictionally. I mean, it could
I'm
even
just
be
cool with
like,
it being Christian.
it could even be a church to the old gods.
No. So a big part of the game is that most of the world is completely normal, and it's like he starts getting like the beginning part of the game is clues that could be rationalized away. So there's no like blatant craziness early on. So we have two more things that we have to do for our witness. Our witness needs to have a personality trait and a source of strength starting out. So once we have that, then we can begin play.
So I have something I'd like to or the first personality trait.
Sure. What's up?
Cowardice.
Okay. Then what is their source of strength?
Steal the shows.
Let me
It doesn't have to be cowardly.
if he's a coward, his source of strength.
Let's maybe pick something other than cowardice because
Yeah.
I don't think that won't be. I mean, we could do cowardice, but that wouldn't be as fun. It would be a lot more of us like forcing him into things instead of him wanting to be active about it. You know what I mean?
Well, I was gonna say cowardice and his source of strength is his sense of duty.
So how do those work together?
Because he's scared as hell, but he's gonna do it anyway. Shitting his pants while he.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well,
why? Yeah, but why? Why does he? So I like his source of strength is duty and per job, right? Like duty, like obligation to town.
If he was given any choice in the matter, he'd be running the other direction.
What if we gave him the, like not cowardice, but
phobia? Like, is he afraid of something?
Well, not. I was thinking like maybe like pragmatism or like
pragmatic, yeah.
Like the kind of
or cautious.
Caution. Like he's very like he's not a coward, but he knows that like.
I like cautious. Yeah, prudent. Yeah.
We could also say, I mean, we could do it through the fiction, but I was saying, we could say that through his prudence, like in the rough and tumble wilds, people think he is a coward.
So, okay. So we have Earl Wyatt. He's a sheriff's deputy. We haven't named the sheriff yet. Well, we'll do that in town. He is a cautious, pragmatic fellow, and he basically runs from a strong sense of duty. Mm-hmm. Okay. I can work with that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Confederate flag. Where do you think we are? We're in the north, boy.
So, once we finish that up, we are nearly ready to start our story. Our first scene has to contain a strange clue that hints at a horror to come. So now, if any of the three of us have an idea for this first clue, don't say it yet. But if you have an idea, you can be the first narrator of the first scene. At the end of this scene, we'll pass our roles. So narrator, witness, and watcher, and we'll rotate them to the left. So everyone gets to go at each role. So does anybody have a particularly cool idea for the for a clue or something to start this out? Because I have one if no one else wants to go.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, if you're I don't know if Raz.
Yeah, it's good. I want to see the show. Go ahead.
Okay.
Lead us off.
So I will go first as the narrator, which means Robert is the witness for this turn,
Oh gosh.
and then Raz is the watcher. Okay.
Okay.
It is Sunday night. It is Sunday night, approximately sundown, like 7 or so. It's been humid all day, and
Can I interrupt you?
what's up?
We need to go over. We still have a few things to read. I think if you want to read out everything, and also like we should note that we need to be writing down any clues and any like ideas we have clues, no matter how strange they are.
Yeah, well, the next part of the cards are for what each of the roles do, what they do. That's a
Okay.
good idea. No, we should probably read out what each of those do for our audience. We could do that, and then I can begin the scene. But an important part is that I will write down the clues on this Roll20 page, but our ideas for what the horror is should not be shared between anyone. So I will not be writing down my own ideas for the horror. Just how you guys probably shouldn't be, because those should be personal in case we come up with, if one of you guys want to
writing
volunteer
down
to be the narrator
your
at the
own
end.
hat.
Oh, yeah, that's totally fair. So, let's do that then. So, I'll volunteer to be narrator. So the narrator is like an author of a book, except they don't get to control the actions of the witness. The narrator says where the scene is set and who is there apart from the witness. They describe the world and anyone the witness meets. They say what other characters do and play them the way an actor would play a character in a movie. The narrator should bring the watchers in by pausing, often to allow them to contribute details and elaborations, and asking them questions about the scene, building on their answers. Finally, they get to choose when to end a scene. So, now, Raz, as the witness.
I'm the witness? Okay, yeah. I thought I was the watcher.
Oh, you are the watcher. My bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Robert's the witness.
All right. So the witness is the main character and is in every scene. When it's your turn to play the witness, you speak for them, again, just like an actor in a movie. You also say what the witness is doing, but it's the narrator's job to tell you the results of your actions. The narrator is always free to interrupt and tell you the straightforward action that you're describing is going to be harder than you thought. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, you describe the witness's thoughts and feelings, especially their fears and attempts to rationalize the things they see.
All right.
Everyone else plays the watchers. The watchers. Who watches the watchers? No, you support the narrator of ways. Lovecraft's stories are full of rich, detailed, and creepy descriptions. Watchers bring every scene to life by adding sensory descriptions and elaborating on what the narrator describes. They won't ever take over a scene, introduce clues, or do anything to change the direction of the story, but they will try to intensify and heighten what the narrator says. When the narrator asks us questions, they provide the answer. They should respond to the first thing that comes to mind, never overthinking their contributions. Finally, if the witness ends up in a conversation with several characters at once, to avoid the narrator having to talk to themselves, they can also ask the watchers to play a secondary character.
Yep. Great. Thank you. So, I think then we're ready to do these scenes. And so, just to give you guys a kind of idea of the structure of the game, is that during the first 2 parts of the game, the narrator will be creating scenes, and these scenes are focused on revealing clues. During every scene, the narrator is going to have to reveal at least 1 clue. And these clues are things that point to the sinister horror at the very end. So none of us know what this horror is going to be, but it's going to be an amalgamation of the clues that the 3 of us will be coming up with as we rotate the roles of narrator, witness, and watcher. These clues can be anything from eerie noises to inhuman-looking things, or something that could be kind of more rationalized away, like a weird dream or vision. So when we introduce a clue, we'll be writing it down on this Roll20 sheet here under clues, and we're going to weave them all together to create this final horror. So we're totally free to add atmospheric details that aren't clues, but and we can also totally reuse old clues if we wanted to as well. So, Robert,
Yes. Oh,
the next part.
oh yeah. Lovecraft stories are slow building and until the very end, low key and leaving room for doubt as to what is going on. Everything we narrate must be possible to explain rationally, even if it strains reason a little. We can't introduce tangible evidence of the supernatural, and we're encouraged to leave plenty of room for doubt. We should also refrain from narrating direct evidence of violence. Narrating direct evidence of violence against humans or any kind of attack on the witness. First-hand accounts of any of these things should always be from unreliable sources, always subject to doubt. Even so, clues should always be intriguing, baffling, or scary, not something you could easily forget or dismiss.
Nice.
And then rest.
Alrighty. However, it gets to play one special card that allows us to break these limitations or go beyond our normal rules. Whenever a card contradicts our rules, the card wins. Some of the cards have an instant effect and are just then discarded. Others are permanent. You play them, and then anyone can use the special on the card. You get to draw 2 cards, but you can only play one of them. In a 2-player game, it doesn't matter then. Your cards will tell you you can use them, when you can use them, and what they do. So watch for opportunities to use them.
So when alright, so now we're getting ready to do our first scene.
Oh,
once on Raz, are you in Roll20?
I will be in.
Getting ready to deal you your cards.
Where's my link? Hold on. Oh, I found it. Maybe. Yes. Here we go.
Waiting for your little box to show up.
Okay. I'm joining now. There we go. I should be in the game.
There we go. Cool. So I'm going to deal cards to all players. We're going to deal 2 cards, and then we're going to be able to choose one of them. So let's see what my cards are. And the stream gets to see what my cards are as well, I guess, in a way.
Nice.
Well, they can see part of it. Alright. Cool.
So I do have a question regarding cards.
Sure, what's up?
So is the narrator able to play a card after mentioning something in a scene?
Yep.
So they can steer it toward a card they have if they want.
Totally. Absolutely.
Okay.
So, yeah, no stream sniping.
I'm not streaming yet.
Good. Appreciate it. Okay. So, since I'm the narrator, I'm ready to begin my scene. Are we all ready to begin?
Yep.
Okay. So, it is a Sunday in the middle of the summer of maybe mid 1860s, or I guess after the Civil War, right? 1869 or something like that. And we are looking at Earl Wyatt praying in one of the back pews of the old church. And in this old church, the pastor isn't there, and you can hear the sounds of rolling thunder, as well as you can kind of feel the humidity in the church, and you can kind of see the barometer effects of windows flapping, that kind of stuff, and chimes going off near nearby houses as the weather starts turning to a storm. And amidst the lightning, the doors to the church, the double doors, swing open, and the saloon owner, Jenkins, calls out the deputy, and he goes, Deputy, I reckon you better come quick to the saloon.
What's going on, Jenkins?
They say Belfry, the drunk, something's going weird with him, and we need you to take him out of here. He's disturbing my customers.
Yeah, I think that like Earl Wyatt would have had like this is something that in his mind this is like the drunk is yeah, I have to deal with the drunk again. And so he's just like, oh yeah, uh show me where he's at. I'll take him. I'll take him. A
Sure.
night in jail will do him good.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys start walking down Main Street, and it's deserted and it's dark, and you can kind of see like like that rolling dark gray kind of like muddled black sky overhead,
Hmm.
like when it's like nighttime and overcast, and it's kind of like the wind and everything's picking up, but it still isn't a storm yet except for some lightning, and
And
there's
you're
something.
actually seeing some like dust devils like forming around you, and it's kind of weird because like it's just like but like it's these like swirls of air,
Okay.
and it just
Yeah.
creates little dust
Cool.
devils around you.
Cool. I was gonna ask for something odd on the way over there, so thank you. That's perfect. Or peculiar. Okay, so you make it to the tavern, or the saloon, and you see the drunk. He's kind of like been isolated. He's isolated himself near the door, and he's holding something weird in his hand while mumbling drunkenly in a language that no one understands right now. So what is he holding in his hands, Raz?
He's actually holding one of like those automatic piano scores. It has the like little pins on it, but it's like it looks like it's made out of ivory. It's really odd, but it looks like one of those things you put in the piano and to play a tune. You
Like a
know?
player piano?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Sure. And he's muttering, like play this. You don't get it. You don't just play it. It's so good.
What was his name again? Sorry.
Oh, Belfry.
Belfry. Yeah. All right, Belfry. All right. All right. We'll play it, and I'm kind of just like approaching him to like not to like grab him, but just to kind of calm him down and potentially get the thing out of his hand and lead him out.
Oh, he's like, oh, deputy, thank the Lord you're here. You can talk some sense into these fools. Go on, it's the sound of angels. And,
I'm,
and he,
I'm
he he goes over to you like confidently that you're going to listen to him.
yeah, I'm sure it is Belfry. I'm sure it is. There's we actually even have a player piano in the sheriff's office. If we can listen to it there if you'd like.
Oh, well, yeah, I'd be honored. Yeah, let's. That sounds mighty fine of you.
Well,
Thank you kindly, deputy.
all right, all right. If this is like, does he seem like he still seems drunk or?
Yeah. So he looks to you when he says that, and he smiles, and you notice that all his teeth are no longer the color of ivory, or like yellow. They have like a weird, almost like, so he's missing a lot of his teeth, right?
Right.
But they have a sort of like disturbing color of almost green to those teeth.
Yeah. When he smiles, I'm like, dear Lord, Belfry, what have you been drinking? Come on. Let's get you
Yeah,
cleared up.
totally. All right, so he ushers you down, or Belfry gets ushered wherever. I mean, are we going to the sheriff's office?
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm just taking him straight to jail.
Okay, cool. So Raz, what happens? What falls out of Belfry's pockets on the way over to or like what falls to the ground that Belfry was holding or had on his possession on the way to the sheriff's office?
It's the it's actually like the dead carcass of a canary, like the ones you would
In
use
a mine?
to detect poisonous gas in the mines.
Oh,
So it's actually this little red canary that looks like it's mold started to degrade already.
Oh
It's
my
starting
god.
to decompose. Yeah,
Um,
it just falls to the ground.
Would
I think Belfry kind of chuckles, and he's like, "Oh, forgot I had it."
yeah, I think that Earl, like, upon seeing that, would just like kind of have that like, what the what the fuck kind of moment, of just like,
Yeah.
why does this guy have a dead canary on him? But I don't think that he would like. I think he would just try to like move on and be like, oh, all right, Belford, yeah, that's fucking weird.
Um, I think at that moment while you guys were going off, there's a nearby lightning strike, in the town that kind of
Mhm.
like distracts you guys for a little bit. Like wow, that was close in a way. And you guys look over, and the dead canary or dead looking canary seems to like wake up a little bit and shake itself off and start fluttering away. But it flies instead of like a bird flies, it flies like a bat. You know what I mean? Like the fluttering, juddery way, like it doesn't know what it's doing. Like, that
Right.
very like awkward way, and it starts flying away into like the dark. And that will be the end of the scene with the clue. Unless
Okay.
someone else has any thoughts or anything like that to add at the end.
Yeah. No, I think the last thoughts
Um,
like Earl Wyatt would have, like, just watching that is just like, I think that like I kind of pictured him not really noticing like the weather. Like, I mean, it's obviously weather, but like not noticing anything like weird about the weather. It's just another thunderstorm.
So
But
the
I think,
so is the
yeah.
I'm sorry, is the clue in that the bird coming back to life apparently, or
yeah,
apparently coming back to life?
apparently coming
I
back
mean,
to
it could
life.
have
Like
been
it
alive.
wasn't dead. Yeah, like it wasn't dead in the first place. Like I imagine that this bird still like it was looked like it was missing feathers, and it like on first glance would have looked dead, right?
Hmm.
But it seemed to have just gotten up in a spam of the lightning,
Right.
to like kind of how birds do that little like fluttery like jittery thing and then start
Yeah.
like flying around, but it's flying around super awkwardly.
Right. Yeah. No, I think that's when Earl would kind of like start to like he realizes like with that weird and like all this weird stuff, like he's noticing the weather now, like I think like in the kind of
All right,
overbearingness of the weather.
and
Yeah.
then facilitator. That's you.
So the next part is once we start doing these clues is that we're supposed to take a moment and start jumping to conclusions. Like
In
literally
well,
like the jump to
to
conclusions, Matt.
ourselves.
Yeah, to ourselves. So the three of us are supposed to kind of start thinking about this clue and what could possibly be the horror behind it all. There's not much to go off with the first one, but that's just how it is. So if we all start having a couple ideas or like one idea, let me know when we're ready, and then we'll rotate, and I will become the watcher. Robert will become the narrator, and oh no, Robert will become the narrator. Raz becomes the witness, and then I become the watcher.
40. I'm
He's
ready to go.
pining for the non-Euclidean fjords.
I noticed that.
Well played. Damn it, that's hilarious. Thank you.
Sounds
Thank you,
good.
Golden.
I'm
That
ready
was
to go when you guys.
I'm ready as well.
All right, I gotta.
So we would do this scene, and then we'll go to our first break.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yep.
you are the narrator, Robert. Take us away to the next scene. And it could be like, it doesn't have to be like right after that. It could be like
Yeah, you
later.
can do weeks later or whatever you want.
Okay. So actually I'm gonna do just like almost like an hour or two ahead.
Sure.
Um, and Earl is sitting in the sheriff's office, and Belfry's just been like he put Belfry in the jail, and he's sitting down, and like the storm is starting to get worse. The wind is kind of like like it's he can hear the not quite howling wind yet, but he can hear the wind outside, and it's banging, every so often there's a thunderstrike, and Belfry's been pretty quiet, and like I think Earl kind of is. It's been a few hours since you checked up on him.
All right. Well, I would definitely go check up on him one more time just to see what's going on. Make sure he's all right. Cause those green teeth like freak me out.
He's so he is muttering to himself, or like almost like humming some sort of tune, like under his breath. It sounds almost like like an indigenous like Navajo type sound, but it's not a tune. You've been in this area. Your family's been here probably a while, and this is not a tune that you know.
What do you have in there, Earl?
And he kind of like for a second like stops humming and like looks up at you and is just kind of and he keeps humming it without like really addressing you. Like he looks up like you started, like not startled, but you like broke his focus for a second.
What happened to the sheets, to the ivory
The ivory wheel thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the player piano paper?
I think that somehow Earl, you got the papers away from him.
Oh, okay.
Like just like but and it's when you kind of got him away from that, he kind of went into this almost like regressed
trance
state.
Yeah.
But
I think
regress is a good way of putting it.
Yeah, I think I'd be curious. I think Earl would be curious. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that, and we do have here in the sheriff's house, so it's not really used that much. I don't even know if it really works, but I definitely go ahead and feed it in and start spinning it up.
All right, yeah. So I think like so as you start like spinning the wheel around, and you hear the clanking of gears and things, and it kind of creaks to life, and quietly at first you start to actually hear the notes of this tune, and it's almost as you're starting it, you start hearing the wind, like the wind outside is picking up.
That's odd. Do I hear the music over the wind?
Like not what, go ahead.
Belfry kind of remarks offhandedly like, hell of a storm's coming, hey whoo, and then goes back to like humming, ominously,
right, yeah,
or foreshadowingly.
That's I just think this is strange. I just keep listening just to see what the song is. It's kind of like an odd way to present a musical piece.
Yeah, so you don't hear, like, the wind is loud and it's getting louder, and you don't hear the music over it, but almost kind of like through it. If you've ever heard sound like that, like it's a sharp sound rather than loud, and it starts to go, and you're hearing it as it goes through, and it's hard to place what. It sounds like it's coming from the piano, and then the notes start to kind of almost wash over you in this weird, like they're kind of cacophonous, and like you wouldn't think they would be soothing, but they're washing over you, and you kind of feel it, like the sound right behind your ears.
I think I stop and just like slowly turn.
Well, yeah, like when you stop like pressing it, the music doesn't die down, and as you turn, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you're looking in the direction of Belfry has his like eyes closed, and it looks like he's playing the player piano, right? Like he like knows the keys and stuff.
All right.
Like imagine he's like in a cell, like whatever feet away. But like he looks like he's playing the notes accurately.
Right. And you still hear the music.
Yeah, this strange cacophony.
Yeah, and I think I'm actually going to end it there.
So, okay, so the clue. So what was your clue?
Music?
Strange music?
Yeah, the clue is the strange music.
Okay.
That is coming from both the piano and Belfry.
not going to change my conclusions. So I'm wondering if we want to add traits to the main character?
Yeah, I think now that after we saw that one, I think we should definitely add a personality
So we'll just
trait
add
to
him when we see.
So should we say he was cautious, but you
But he's
said he
also
was curious.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's not like he is something that he thought would damage him. So
Yeah, exactly.
curious would definitely be another trait. If we wanna do
Robert,
that.
what do you think of that? I mean,
Yeah,
Raz
yeah,
did portray him as curious.
Yeah, I think that he like that's kind of where I was leading him to with the last scene was
Yeah.
that like he's cautious, but he's like something's going on and he kind of wants to figure it out. Like he
Got
kind
it.
of
Yeah.
he
Okay.
like and it's almost through caution, I think, like he's he wants
And
to
I kind of portrayed caution when he started hearing something behind him. He was like stopping and looking around rather than just keep going.
But he never stopped the player piano from playing.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he
Because
did?
I believe, if I remember right, the older pianos you have to spin them or
yeah,
play,
yeah, no, he
Yeah.
stopped it and the music
Oh.
kept going.
or pedal them or whatever.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right. It kept
And
going.
it
That's
kept
why.
going.
Yeah. Okay.
It kept going.
It kept going. Yeah.
So he stopped to make sure that
Got
everything was going okay, and
Yeah.
like strange things are going on. And also, I mean, we could also say the clue was like the belfry had some sort of link to the music or whatever, or we could just say it's just strange music.
Yeah.
Anyway, are we gonna go on a break?
Yep. And now
Okay.
it is a little bit past 10 right now, which means we'll be taking a break and we'll be coming back in about 3 to 5 minutes. So hang tight and we'll be getting into more clues and more crazy scenes of our Wild West post Gold Rush, crazy Lovecraft adventure. So stay tuned.